Station for us. As you listen, may you be blessed in Jesus' name.
Good morning. Today we'll be reading from Mark 15 to the end. And it says, very early in the morning, the chief priest with the elders, the teacher of law, and the whole Sanhedrin made their plans. They bounded Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to the Pilate. Are you king of the Jews? The Pilate asked. You said so, Jesus replied. So the chief priests accused him of so many things. So again, Pilate asked, aren't you going to answer? See how many things they accused you of. But still, Jesus made no reply. Now it was the custom of the festival to release the prisoner the people requested for. Do you want me to release the king of the Jews? Pilate asked, not knowing the chief priest already handed him over to the Pilate. Thank you.
The chief priest steered the crowd to have Barabbas released instead, and Pilate asked, what do you want me to do with the man whom you call the king of the Jews? Crucify him, they shouted. And Pilate asked, why? What evil hath he done unto you? But they shouted again, crucify him, more exceedingly. Wanting to please the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas instead, and after scourging Jesus, led him to be crucified. They called together the whole band and dressed Jesus in a purple robe and placed a crown of thorns on his head and said, Hail the King of the Jews.
And they smote him on the head with the reed, spit upon him, bowed his knees and worshipped him. And when they had mocked him, they took the purple from him, put his own clothes on him, and let him out to crucify him. And when they compelled the winner of a Cyrenian, who passed by coming out of the country, Father Alexander Rufus, to bear his cross. And they took him and they gave him wine mingled with myrrh, but he received it not. And when they had crucified him, they parted their garments upon himself, whoever man should take. And it was the third hour they crucified him.
And the superscripture of the accusation was written all over the king of the Jews. And with him they crucified two thieves, one on the right and one on the left. And the scripture which was fulfilled, he says that he was numbered with treasures.
And they that passed by railed on him, wagging their head and saying, Thou that destroyest the temple and buildest it in 3 days, save thyself and come down from the cross.
The chief priest and the law of Moses also made fun of Jesus. They said to each other, He saved others, but he can't save himself. Thank you.
Let Christ, the King of Israel, descend now, and they that see and believe, and they that will crucify with him, believe him. And when the 6th hour cometh, there was darkness over the whole land until the 9th hour. At the 9th hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, Eno, last of all, which is interpreted, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? And some stood by, and said, Behold, he has come Elias. And one ran and filled a sponge with vinegar, and put on a reed, and gave it to him to drink. And saying, Let's see if Elias will take you down from here. And Jesus cried out with a loud voice and gave up the ghost.
The curtain of the tomb got torn in two from top to bottom.
So when the centurion saw that he cried out like this and breathed his last, he said, Truly, this man was the Son of God. There were also women looking from afar, among whom were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James the less, and the young of Joseph and Salome.
who followed him. He ministered to him when he was in Galilee, and many other women came up to him to Jerusalem. Now when evening had come, because it was a preparation day, that is a day before the Sabbath, Joseph of Arimathea, a prominent council member who was being himself ready for the kingdom of God coming, taking courage, went into the Pilate murder that he was already dead, and Sejanus that asked him if he had been dead for a long time, and he gathered the body of Joseph, And
he bought fine linen and took him down and wrapped in the linen and laid him in a sepulchre which was hewn out of a rock, and rolled a stone unto the door of the sepulchre. Verse 47. And Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of Joseph beheld where he was laid.
My name is John Lucas, and I'm reading from the book of Mark 16, 1-5 to the end. After the Sabbath, Mary Magdalene and Solomon and Mary the mother of James brought some spices to put on Jesus' body on a very early Sunday morning. On their way, they were asking one another who will roll the stone away from the tomb, from the entrance for us. As they looked, the stone was already rolled away from the entrance. As they entered, on the right side they saw a young man in a white robe sitting there, and they were alarmed, but the man told them to not be alarmed. Thank you.
He said, "Don't be alarmed, seek Jesus from Nazareth." He said, "Don't be alarmed, seek Jesus from Nazareth, who was crucified. He has risen, but he is not here. See the place where they laid him. But go tell his disciples and Peter, he's going before you into Galilee. There you'll see him, as he said to you." They went out quickly and fled from the tomb, for they were trembled and were amazed, but they didn't tell anyone, for they were afraid. Jesus arose the first day of the week and first went to Mary Magdalene, for who he cast 7 demons.
Wonderful. Beautiful.
She went and told those that had been with him as they mourned and wept. And when they heard that he was alive and had been seen by her, they did not believe. After this, he appeared unto 2 of them as they went and walked into the country. And they went and told it to the rest, but they did not believe them either. Afterwards, he appeared unto the 11 as they sat down to eat, and rebuked their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they did not believe those who had seen him after he was risen. And he said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He who believes and is baptized will be saved, but he who does not believe will be condemned. And these signs will follow those who believe. In my name they will cast out demons. They will speak in new tongues. They will take up serpents. And if they drink anything poisonous, it will not harm them.
Amen.
They will lay hands on the sick and they will be healed."
Amen.
So then after the Lord had finished speaking to them, he was received up into heaven and sat down at the right hand of God.
Yeah.
So,
Hallelujah.
and they went out and preached everywhere, while the Lord was working with them by confirming the message by the accompanying signs.
Amen. Hallelujah. Wonderful.
Jesus Christ, crucified, bled and died to save our lives. Risen once, it is done. Sin and death are overcome.
Every knee must bow, every tongue must shout. Jesus is the Lord, Jesus is the Lord. Every eye will see the coming of the King. Jesus is the Lord, Jesus is the Lord. Jesus Christ, crucified, dead and died to save our lives. Risen once, it is done. Sin and death are overcome. Every knee must bow, every tongue must shout. Jesus is the Lord, Jesus is the Lord. Every eye will see the coming of the King. Jesus is the Lord, Jesus is the Lord. Jesus, worthy of worship, you're worthy of praise, you're worthy of honor, you're worthy of thanks, you're worthy of worship, you're worthy of praise, you're worthy of honor, you're worthy of thanks. Every knee must bow, every tongue must shout. Jesus is the Lord, Jesus is the Lord. Every eye will see the coming of the King. Jesus is the Lord, Jesus is the Lord. You're worthy of worship, you're worthy of praise, you're worthy of honor, you're worthy of thanks, you're worthy of worship, you're worthy of praise, you're worthy of honor, you're worthy of thanks. Every knee must bow, every tongue must shout. Jesus is the Lord, Jesus is the Lord. Every eye will see the coming of the King. Jesus is the Lord, Jesus is the Lord.